Hello, everyone. I hope you're hearing me just fine. I hope you guys like the music as usual. I'm actually going to see about playing some music in the background, some just typical jazz. And if you guys like it or it's too much, just be sure to let me know so I can either fix it or turn it off. Also, please excuse any weird internet interruptions. It seems that every time I'm streaming, it's always when YouTube updates their features a little bit and everything gets a little wonky. OBS and YouTube sometimes don't like communicating with each other because YouTube really loves to screw up something. I don't know why. It's just one of those weird things that goes on with YouTube. Happens all the time. Something about their updates makes it very weird. Yeah. Anyway. So let's go ahead and start talking about some of this shit tonight. I hope you guys are having a good day. Got a bunch of people actually joining on to watch the stream. Thank you. So hello there, Gage, Chelsea, Oliver, Atticus. Let's see, Despair, Zealous Tiger. How you doing? Hot Dog. How you doing, Hot Dog? Jennifer. Cherry. Anthony. How you doing, Anthony? Haven't seen you in a bit. Hello there, Chia. North, I don't know how to pronounce your name. The Spontaneous Bastard, how you doing? Hello there, Giga. The Meto Fembot, how you doing, Meto? see who else. Gauge of Redemption. Hello there. Oh, it works. Break it. William, hello there. Uh, hello there, Cornelius. Hello there, the Ultimate Thought Slayer. And we're gonna just examine the shit show tonight. Also, excuse the blurriness. It seems that OBS is working just fine, but YouTube's acting a little bit weird. Something about updates lately. So, we're gonna talk about a very interesting, particular person I sort of came across. Well, actually, it's more like my server came across him. We're gonna talk about him tonight. It's gonna be a very relaxed stream of sorts. So at least I'll try to keep it relaxed. It's no guarantee because there's some videos this guy has made and said some very interesting things that will probably turn this into a complete shit show very quickly. So yeah, let's get down to business. Exactly, Gage. And what we're going to do is we're going to just, examine this guy's videos. He's made a lot of them, actually. Most of them are very small and easy to go through. Hello there, Garrett. So, it's not like it's going to be impossible to go through. There are some videos that are like 20 minutes long. We're not going to go through all of that shit. He is a very rambly person. So, who is Hilltop Knowledge? Well, I've been researching him a little bit, as much as I could, with the limited time I have. And as much from what I got from this guy is he's one of those pedo activists. He's a map, and he's got some choice words to say about a lot of subjects. And I think we can do ourselves a very entertaining solid by just going through it and just having a bit of a chuckle at his expense. I also will see about adding a few people in here who also dig their research into it. We can do that. And just get really into the shit show. So let's see. Add as predicted. Hello there. Hello there, Drift. How you doing? How you doing tonight?
Oh, hey. It's kind of unexpected.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I just thought since you're one of the guys who helped to look into this, I would probably add you in just so you can help to guide me in the tisms. Just in case I don't get too distracted with certain things.
Okay. Well, although I don't really know much about the Hilltop other than, well, I stumbled upon the guy in, of course, one of the best, if not the strangest websites that I've ever been. And you all know what that is, guys.
Oh, we're definitely
Free?
going to have to. Yeah, free speech tube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus. This is going to get pretty bad. So let's go ahead and probably examine his channel real quick. I do have something for that. It should work here. So, as you can tell, this guy's name is Hilltop Knowledge. There's a few videos I've already looked into so far. It's also the same videos we're going to kind of tread a little bit. But, as you can see, it's got a very interesting titles to put onto it. Got titles like Sex and Love, Pedophilia, White Children Are Cute. Jesus Christ. What is CP? Do animals have unique personalities? Now, I wonder why he would be talking about animals.
Lord.
Oh, Jesus. I wonder if Quantum Kitty would love to have this guy as a bunkmate somewhere. Probably in prison. Might take some pedophilia. My name is Hilltop Knowledge on here. Now, actually, he does have a real name he puts on YouTube, so YouTube don't flag me down for saying his real fucking name. His name is Raphael Hoffman, and no, that's not a dox, because he actually makes a secondary channel with the same name and the same full name. Sorry, same full name, same face, just in there. It seems rather odd because it's also pseudo-intellectual, but he almost never seems to really talk about his pedo activism outside of maybe like a few words that he likes to use, like telophile or telophile. Is that how you pronounce it? I can't remember. I don't understand. Just use like normal people speak. Just like, hey, if you're not if you don't like touching kids, you're a normal person. There we go. Normie. Go with that. I think that's a good word to use. Anyway, let's see what else titles. Is incest evil? I don't know. Chat, what do you think? It's a real intellectual dilemmas we're gonna deal with tonight. Oh god, I torture myself for your entertainment. Why doesn't sex trafficking get addressed? Oh no. Oh no. Children act like
let me
adults.
guess. He wants to moral fact about sex trafficking or something.
We'll probably have to look through that video to know for sure. Pedophiles are an oppressed minority.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Okay, now here's the thing. Now, all of this looks pretty bad, and we're going to go through them and actually basically argue with him about how stupid his points are, right? But you also have to understand that this is not the worst things he has said. We have actually found archives on him where he has said far worse stuff. He's even made titles about the subject of this is a bit of a spoiler, but I just want to give you a taste of how bad it is. He literally makes a video on a website called Free Speech Tube, where he actively starts talking about how to make child pornography ethically. That is what he talks about. It gets worse, trust me. We're delving into a shit show. So, I hope you guys are... Yeah, it's already questionable. It gets worse. Oh, I wish I had booze, man. I wish I did. Wish I was a drinker.
Me too. Yeah.
Alright, so let's just...
You should have bring my soda to this shit.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Go look through this. Yeah, Free Speech Tube gets pretty bad.
Question is, what's my take on pedophilia? I'm Hilltop, by the way. That's my name from now on. My take is that we should be creating a society where people with this phenomenon within their biological makeup can feel accepted, and they can feel a pathway to be.
You would just talk about how there was like a guy just like some seconds ago just staring in there like, oh shit. I don't know if that's like a roommate of his or something, but damn.
Being accepted and to getting what they need without the harassment and criticism from the public that they might be a danger.
Well, I mean, as much as I don't want to argue for bullying because it's YouTube and all, and like if you make a bully stream, they'll go after you. But what's wrong with bullying pedophiles exactly? I would like to know.
And so that's and this video is just to
well, because they're a minority.
Oh, they're a minority. Oh.
Previous followers and the scarce amount of pedophiles on YouTube that are looking for a community, and they'll come from that channel to this channel.
Yeah, it gets pretty bad. Let's just continue on looking through these videos and see. Like, I thought you sound like a kid. Oh Jesus, no, this guy gets worse. I don't know about this one. I don't know. Feed him the grass. He'll yeah, let's see. Why he goes? Why are children cute? Okay.
Hey, Hilltop Knowledge here. Why do we find...
Mind if you, Cass, mind if you give me that Circle TV? I didn't get the link.
The what?
The Circle TV link. I didn't hear the video.
Oh, that's because I'm just doing it through raw YouTube. But if you want, I can totally like do my circle.
Okay.
Through it, yeah. Oh God, look at that face I just stopped on.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so essentially it gets only worse from here. We'll get on his pseudo intellectual takes in just a bit. Let me just look up the My Circle stuff and I can do that.
Yeah, we got to take a look into his main channel, which is it reminds me of Liturgy, that frontman of Liturgy's channel, though. All that pseudo intellectual nonsense.
Well, that's what I've noticed. Is I think does he think that people won't take the extra 5 seconds to find his other channels where he talks about this stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. Let me go send the link. People to get to. No. See if
Alright.
Sorry for the slow intro on this one. I like my slow burners. Alright.
Let's go.
Hey, Hilltop Knowledge here. Why do we find kids cute?
Oh no.
The main answer is that children are smaller, and therefore there's a part of our brain that wants to nurture.
Oh no. Nurture. Really now. I don't really think that's that word applies in the way you think it means. Jesus Christ.
And you can even say that
Oh god.
I know, right? He's got that pedo look, he's got the dead eye and everything. He's got that weird typical stare that they have. It's kind of creepy how accurate that is.
Mhm.
a pedophile wants to nurture more. It comes from a place of
I don't see how this has anything to do with nurturing exactly.
love. You might argue and say, no, it's because they want to dominate. No,
Well, isn't that exactly what it is though?
You want to take advantage of their cuteness.
Christ, serial killer eyes, yeah. No grooming, yeah, no grooming. Hilltop even looks creepy. He talks creepy, looks creepy, acts creepy, and his videos only get worse the more you look into it, especially if you look into it towards like certain sites that he uses.
maybe there's some aspect that wants that, but that's not the major facet of where it comes from. The reason why we find them cute, and especially the case for pedophiles, is because it comes from a place of love.
Now how
In what way do you consider love?
Wanting to nurture and take care of.
I'm sorry, maybe I'm just being retarded, but that doesn't that doesn't compute in my brain. How does this shit equal love exactly? Also, oh, I'm getting. Are you hearing just fine?
Yeah, I'm hearing just fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Internet's having the weird spasms again.
In whatever way.
Yeah, does that.
And of course, there's other psychological reasons that could be very profound and deep.
And you're probably just not going to go through those psychological reasons, because if you did, you would probably end up realizing that your point is actually ridiculously retarded, and that there is no justifying this in the way you think it is. Oh, God.
I bet he's not going to explain it in depth though, because this is 1 minute. This is literally a 1 minute video,
But
right?
This is the main thing.
Yeah, it is. Like, he's got a bunch of these 1 minute videos where he expounds on virtually the same topic. So basically, I'm just going to cycle through these videos with you. Probably going to use the autoplay feature on this website to go through this shit. Let's see. I think the one he has the longest rant on so far is the one he did like 4 weeks ago. Or about a month ago. I think we're just going to pile on these dumb videos to go through, and we'll go through their automatic features. That makes that job so much easier. Let's see. He's got telophobic. Or culture is telophobic. It says this. What the fuck? Chat, does anyone even know what the fuck that means? What does telophobic mean? I would love to hear what you guys think about that, because the last I heard, it's like not even really that big of a deal. It just seems like a weird word to use.
Yeah. Well, I've checked.
What's telophobic?
Yeah, telophobia means it's a sexual preference for adults.
So just a regular ass person.
A person who is sexually attracted to adults.
Difference between pedophile and a pedophile. What the? Chet, I know that you're just hearing.
Hey,
out of
what's
my
up?
mouth.
This is...
I just want you to know that we're going into some autism, so be prepared for the weirdest shit you're going to hear out of someone's mouth. Now this guy gives me this impression. He's kind of like a weird mix between like the Flaming Philosopher and like Michael Mattis, if they were both honest. Or sorry, Jonathan Curtin, if they were both honest. About what they actually want from kids. It feels like that. Alright. Go ahead and try one of these videos to start out with. Also, what's this retarded ass hoodie he's wearing?
Alright, this is Hilltop Knowledge 2 again.
Oh boy.
I got distracted, so I had to retake this. Basically...
He got distracted, guys. He saw a child through the window. Oh, wow. Okay. I guess it is if you're telophobic. I mean, like a fear of adults?
I'm gonna be saying my take on pedophilia.
Oh no. Here we go.
So, in general, I believe that we should try to reach a point where we should close the gaps between ages so that we're not differentiating between who is older and who is younger.
What the fuck?
Where have I heard this sort of argument before?
Remember Stetson? Sounds like Stetson.
Yeah.
Whole thing sounds like fucking Stetson. Just
Mm-hmm.
this whole idea that like age is somehow a construct that needs to be the differences. I don't get that. Yeah, even Gage's lighting's better than this guy. That's kind of saying something.
That's my approach. I some people may think it's strange, but
it is strange and it makes no sense.
You're coming from a standpoint, if you're saying that, of where we want divisions. We want. There's an area of your life where
if you listen closely, you can hear the child that's chained to a radiator. Jesus.
where you are this child, and they hang out with only children. Area of life where you're this, and you're creating standards of what should and shouldn't happen. So, if you already believe that, yeah, you're not gonna like this approach. But I think that's holding us back, and it also creates more discrimination about who you like, who you hang out with.
Why would anybody why would anyone want to associate openly with a pedophile? Like, realistically, if some adult was telling you that they're okay with you hanging around with them despite the fact they realize you're a child molester, I would say that's grounds to call CPS. Or that's grounds for people to be suspicious or worried. Come on.
So, yeah, so that covers it. We should break down divisions. So when I see that kids are doing what adults do, that makes me feel good inside. It's like,
Jesus. It's hard to have a
Wow.
rebuttal to something so blatantly stupid.
I mean, sure, kids can do what adults can do. I mean, I've seen kids riding a motorcycle, riding a car over here, but the problem is, can they actually consent to sex? There's a difference.
Yeah, there's a vast difference between somebody learning a bike or to read a book or to learn like basic like programming skills or something when they're when they're young versus this sexual shit. I just don't get that. It's not a division. This is just a basic difference of age, like, and just how the fact that they're kids. How would you quantify them understanding any of this stuff? Should anyone even believe you when you say that you think that there's a way to quantify that? I think the answer is no.
like, cool. Oh, you know what? There's no differentiation really. And if a person becomes old enough, like in age and years and experience, they might realize that, oh, kids, no one really grows up in the end. They just slightly change because they're in a different atmosphere. So
what kind of argument is this? Is he trying to act like that age doesn't have its own experience that comes into things as an adult? Like, how you will perceive something as an adult? Because I can tell you that an adult can probably understand this concept a lot better than a kid. Kids don't know what they're doing. It's very self-evident that like the kids in the cutie movies don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just being told to do shit. They're gonna look back all those years later and be picked on in like probably high school or something because they were featured in a pedophile film, and they probably didn't know that until they grew up a bit more and people told them that's fucking wrong. How the fuck did your parents justify this? That's the real question.
Was just a kid in a different state, in a different place. And so a person who so in general, I view like this concept of pedophilia as you shouldn't even be calling it that.
Well, actually, I'll do you one better, Gage. It's kind of acting like serial killers are somehow discriminated against because they get arrested for their crimes of killing people, which is illegal, or sadistic torture. Like, come on, like there's a reason why these things have certain legalities behind it. Look at this dainty incel. Yeah.
So.
Oh wait, yeah, the longest.
So,
yeah,
that's
there's also about his opinions on
very,
the
very
on
simple.
incel, but that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, that's kind of a long video. I'm not. I kind of want this just to be a little bit of a interesting, somewhat funny stream. I will probably do that another day if that's worth the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll keep it at that, I guess.
So yeah, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's go through another one.
What is CP?
Another one.
Oh boy. Now this is probably going to be, I don't know, I haven't really looked through this video, but the fact that he's trying to talk about what he thinks CP is, oof.
That's where we get into.
Oh
So,
yeah,
I'm gonna be
we're going to the
careful.
fucked up one.
Yeah, I think we just need to slam the brakes on this shit.
On how I describe things. So, I'll just briefly say that CP is child pornography, right?
No shit.
And so I said it quickly so the automated system doesn't screw me
Oh god, come on, let's just move the camera like this. Can't you just set it down first before you do this shit?
over. And I would just say that CP is supposedly anything that is depicting the underage in a sexual light. So I just like to say that pornography.
I mean, kind of expected. But when people are usually talking about CP, they're talking about the shit that, you know, you're into. Clearly, very obvious. Look at those, again, look at those dead eyes. That looks... Something wrong with this guy. Just the more he talks, the more you can tell.
Evolves. So one age pornography could be nudity. The next, it's penetration. That's pornography, and we exit out of standards that we once thought were intense. You know, the swimsuit evolve.
He's a fat Vouch student. Oh fuck. You know, that probably explains a lot at this point.
Evolves, and so too sexuality and pornography also evolves.
Okay, yeah, again, this comes across to me exactly like I think it is, with how, okay, it's something about these maps. They really like to sort of sit there and try to redefine certain words. Like, he's trying to act like that, and he kind of gets on this point. He's trying to act like that it's that this concept of what he thinks CP is like, he thinks it's he thinks it's not a problem in his eyes if it's a certain way. Like, he's trying to act like that there's anything good about that. He's trying to redefine the words constantly.
Ah, yes, the classic doublespeak.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. He is just sitting there and actively trying to redefine these words constantly, and then trying to play this like pseudo-intellectual argument upon it as if it means anything. The more you kind of just go through these videos, the more you get these piss takes, and they become a lot more warped over time. It's very weird. That's just kind of how it is, I guess.
Hey, what's up? This is Hilltop Knowledge here, too. What's the difference between
Now, this is called difference between these, two words. You already know what that is. It's very dumb. This
a
is
pedophile and a convicted pedophile? Now, this is
Oh boy, guys, we're gonna have the great old Mr. Pedophile Hilltop with those dead eyes telling us what the definitions of a child molester is. Huggy dorgy. Beat up to the gun.
a really big difference going on here. So the assumptions that people in the general public make is that if you are a pedophile, then it means you are convicted of something.
No. When people look at you because you call yourself a pedophile, it means that you have a sexual interest with children. Convicted or not, it really doesn't matter. When you say that shit to people, of course they're going to be fucking suspicious about you. Like, okay, he's, like, not even 20 seconds in. He's already trying to redefine what people think about the subject, or what the definitions are. Again, if you went up to someone and their kid in a park, and you told them that you are a pedophile, at that point, convicted or not, they're not going to trust you. She's certainly not, like, they're certainly not going to trust you with their kid. Doesn't matter. But, like, whatever.
That proves that you're a pedophile.
The fact that you would expose yourself as a pedophile already proves that you were a pedophile. We don't need any more evidence than that at this point. You admit to your opinions on pedophilia. You are one. Therefore, you are pedo. It's that simple, you fucking spastic retard.
No. There are tons of pedophiles who just don't come out of the closet. They don't come out of admitting that that's where their leaning is. That's how their wiring is.
Yeah, but eventually they kind of expose themselves, don't they? It's usually something that a pedophile will eventually succumb to their urges. So it's not like it's impossible for them to eventually, do that shit that they're trying to avoid people to see. So yeah, whatever. I guess whatever. What is that supposed to mean anyway?
For good reason, because they'll get hated upon by.
I mean, they kind of should.
By the public at large, they will not be judged.
I mean, they probably will. They probably should if they're the ones who have interest in touching kids, and they actually may try to touch kids. Sorry, just a fact of life.
And that's just a sad reality.
No. Maybe for you, because it sounds like to me that the reason why you're advocating for this so much is you're probably afraid that one of these days someone's gonna figure out, like, in your community who the hell you are, what you're doing online, and you may be like, you might get witch hunted a little bit for it, but hey, you're the pedophile, it's not my problem. I honestly, you know what? If you want to really help yourself, why don't you volunteer to be part of the wood chipper team? You get thrown into the wood chipper. No, in Minecraft, of course.
Because it lessens open-mindedness, it lessens in understanding.
No one needs to understand anything about a pedophile. You instantly research the most basic terminology and understand, okay, yeah, so these are what these people are into, and these are what these people do. It's not that hard to understand. You're a freak, so fuck off with that shit. No understanding. Does he hide in any fandoms? Not that I currently know of. From what I know, I think he does mention the fact he used to have an Instagram, but I think that got deleted because he tried to actively advocate pedophilia to a bunch of people, and I guess that got his shit removed.
Yeah, I bet he decided to, spurg out and said, I just want a discussion on why child molestation is good, and you guys give me death threats.
The public sees it is that they're preventing people from getting hurt, children from getting hurt.
Well, no shit. That's the reason why a family would have issues with you being around kids. That's not even an argument. Come on.
And it's a very distorted outlook because
It's really not. It's distorted to think that in any reality that adults would somehow be okay with you hanging around their kids. It seems to me you don't understand what reality is, but you're so warped in your own sort of pseudo champagne psychology style of thought that you think everyone else is not the normal one, but you're somehow the normal one. And what we call that? The Dunning-Kruger effect.
the ones who hurt children, they're convicted pedophiles, but they're not convicted pedophiles.
What? What? Sorry, I have to go back on that one.
But they're convicted pedophiles, but they're not convicted pedophiles.
What the What do you think? What do you think convicted means?
He's one of those guys that kept arguing that child molesters, they were in prison not because they're pedophiles, but for some other reasons. This is the sort of argument that these pedophiles kept, using.
Yeah, of course. Fucking hell. Sounds like Ralph the Movie Maker. Oh! I'm sorry, we need to go through that again. This is the dumbest shit I've heard out of my mouth, out of someone's mouth all week. This is,
The ones who hurt children, they're convicted pedophiles, but they're not convicted pedophiles. They're convicted pedophiles, quote unquote, but they're not actually pedophiles.
oh, of course. Full circle.
Yeah, I knew it.
I fucking knew
He's
it.
using that, that kind of argument that
They're not real
that
pedophiles.
not all child molesters are pedophiles. Okay.
Imagine that fucking Yakuzas get thrown into prison. But that ain't real Yakuzas. I don't know, it's just holy shit.
Because statistics show that most are not pedophiles. I looked this up a while back. Most that have harassed kids are not pedophiles. They just have something else wrong with them.
Of course. You got that one completely on the ballpark. Drift. Oh god, okay. Alright. So, let me get this straight. You somehow think that if someone rapes a kid, they become a convicted pedophile, but in your eyes they're not a real pedophile, they have something else wrong with them. Then what do you qualify in your eyes as a pedophile then? That makes no sense. I mean, the definition is very clear.
Yeah, who are they sexually attracted to? They're sexually attracted to kids, and they fuck a kid.
So, again, what is this rapist or serial killer asking to be treated better, even though they've proven they can't function in society like everyone else? Yeah, that's what I don't get. Why do these people expect to just be that they think being open about this is going to save them anything, when in actuality it won't? Like, it's just the facts of life. No one's going to want to be a part of this type of thing. Like, I guarantee you, if you try to pass this shit legally in any way, you'll get riots in the streets, you'll get people going nuts, you get people, like, throwing constantly, mobilizing for a revolution, or some shit. The first moment, you fuckers get what you want, because what you're asking for is not a functional society. Quite the opposite. You just want your bit of it out of it, and you want an excuse to victimize the kiddies, because that's what you want. Really that simple. We don't need... It's not... You don't need Einstein-level logic to understand this. No one does. It's very simple shit.
That, and it comes out with specifically the child age group. But, like, that's the assumption you can make, so...
It's assumption you can accurately make, because that's what happens when you let kids anywhere near pedophiles. You are endangering them. That is what the word endangerment means.
Convicted pedophiles are usually not pedophiles, and
Oh god, here he goes again.
that just shows you the twisted assumptions that are making. So
That's a crock of shit, and you fucking know it. Like, I'm not even going to argue that point because it's already thoroughly argued how stupid that point is. like, come on. This is so fucking thoroughly dishonest. Again, this guy gives me like the flaming philosopher vibes of pseudo-intellectualism. Holy fuck.
in short, a pedophile is someone who's usually in hiding, and you can't tell, and you don't know where you can't tell he's a pedophile unless he's more open about it, which is uncommon. And a pedophile.
I sure about that? Have you checked Twitter? Like Discords and shit? People out themselves as pedophiles all the time because they think exactly how, like you do. In a sense, it's so retarded that they think that if they just twist the argument enough that they can justify anything. That's the problem, is that you don't seem to get this.
With quotes is the generalized assumption and is usually not a pedophile.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not gonna respond to the last point. It's the same thing over and over again. It's him repeating the same point, and even in a certain, like, in a different way. That's also that kind of kickeriness. So a lot of his videos are intellectual, like pseudo-intellectual approaches, where he goes out of his way to say that everyone else is the hypocrite but him. I think it's a very interesting form of logic that he completely doesn't seem to thoroughly understand. Then again, you're talking about someone who's completely insane, trying to argue that his reality is objective reality, even though it's not. And you know this. And it's like self-evident from the fucking get-go. So let's go with another smaller video, because he talks about incest and pedophilia may come back in SD stage kernel. I don't even know what the fuck that's supposed to mean. Yes, he does. That's the funny part.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
He attaches his real identity to the stuff. Apparently, I'm not going to say any... I don't really know for sure, but I have heard from some sources that people already found out, like, a lot of stuff on him, apparently. As soon as, like, people started looking into him. Now, I don't endorse the doxing shit, but that's just how it is. You know, on top of that they should always be worried about if they were wanting to help. Well, that's the problem. If you were just seeking help, nobody would have fucking cared. You would probably been off the internet if you were like a pedophile seeking help, and you wouldn't be a threat at that point, because you would probably have your internet devices removed from you or something and being monitored. But this guy doesn't seem like he gets that. He doesn't want the help. Clearly, he wants to justify this thing as a concept.
Excuse the quality.
He wants people to embrace. He wants people to embrace him.
Pretty much. Which is just, you know, stupid.
For understanding. You know, the so-called, virtuous pedophile.
Oh god. Comes across like that, doesn't it?
This relates to semi-controversial stuff, so I'm bringing it to this channel.
I mean, yeah, incest is pretty controversial, so is pedophilia. That's not semi... Yeah, pretty much.
Now, the question is coral, stage coral I've been talking about, which has to do with psychological evolution.
The fuck? Are we... what? Psychological evolution. Okay, oh fuck, my brain is already hurting too much.
Does it involve pedophilia and incest? Now, this is a real discussion, I'll tell you why.
Oh,
because as you evolve, you become more you. You dissolve the ego and you become more you.
I'm sorry, what? How does that have to do with... I'm sorry, we're just gonna keep pushing. This is so dumb.
Which means that what your desires are already are on the table.
Well, if that's the case, your desires are on the table, and it relates to anything to do with touching kids or doing things to your sister or your cousins or something, you might need to seek some therapy. Sorry, but come on, that's not justifiable in any logical sense of the word. There's something deeply wrong with you if that's what you think. That's something that it somehow involved. Again, how's that an evolution? Isn't that a degression? After all, incest is usually responsible for a lot of generations of mentally and physically fucked up people. There's quite a few fucked up diseases you can get if you are a product of incestuous relationships. There's a lot of shit that gets wrong, that your genetics go wrong when you constantly like breed out generations of incestuous relationships. I'm sorry, that's just science, you know. And also, science says as well that if you touch kids, it causes a lot of mental and physical damages, some of which bounds to live with those people for the rest of their lives. And that there's a lot of different ways that someone's life can get fucked over. I don't see how this is a failure of any logical proceedings. I don't know. This guy's retarded.
Plus, there is this concept that that this stage of psychological development is a turnaround of both beige and red. You're cycling back to earlier stages.
What the fuck is he talking about? How is being a relatively normal adult human male that isn't wanting those desires on the table at all, how is that like a more primitive state of humanity? That makes no fucking sense. So you're saying that like the fucking royal courts and the nobility were more advanced than the modern man because they were engaging in incest and rampant pedophilia? Is that what you're saying? Because if that's really the case, you're a fucking idiot.
When you were primitive, you didn't care about ideas and concepts, what you should and shouldn't do. So it's very possible this stage coral, many people will start getting pedophilia desires because you're not differentiating, oh, I shouldn't be having relations with this person at this age. I should, because you're less about the intellect and more about the intuition. It doesn't mean you're not smart. You would advance to a new stage of intellect, but it just means this is a function of coral, of the stage coral in spiral dynamics, that you won't differentiate as much between things because you've lost that ego of differentiation. It may come back in some fashion, probably in a more evolved way in the upper stages, teal and aubergine / mandarin, but it won't.
What does Mandarin have to do with this? Isn't Mandarin like a language, like you said, for a lot of... That makes no sense.
It'll be a whole different ballgame. We're cycling around, so that could be why this is coming back into the generation. Both incest and...
Maybe that's a digression of just current human tastes right now. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we're actually regressing, and that's why incest and pedophilia is becoming a more popular thing. I fail to see how that's an evolution of humanity, especially given that through the long darks of human history, because of this shit, there was a lot of fucked up biological stuff that happens to people that indulge in this kind of thing. It's physical and mental. This guy needs what? Who the fuck is this guy in the video game? I don't know.
Yeah. Can killing be part of evolution too?
What does being a serial killer mean? You involved and transcended humanity? Yes, it's one of the two major languages in China. Well, yeah, obviously. I just don't understand how Mandarin has anything to do with this. I mean, what does that mean? Like fucking was it Michael Myers, or like has transcended humanity because he can kill people? Freddy Krueger, no,
Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, Jason Voorhees. Yeah. Deadpool, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't get that.
And pedophilia, because those relate to differentiations. Also, we talked about how beige is primal instincts. So
does beige have to do with primal instincts? What? Is he associating evolution with colors now?
Regain primal instincts in a new phase. It's just in a new phase of evolution that hasn't made differentiations yet. What is wise and what...
Yeah, Leatherface. Would Leatherface be part of that example too of human evolution?
Is wise, and that may or may not repeat itself. So that's important to recognize. But to those who are not aware of spiral dynamics, it was the original founders or creators was Claire Graves mainly, and it was expounded upon by Don Beck. And Ken Wilber introduces spiral dynamics integral, which is kind of an offshoot or just a parallel that looks more into the mystical side of consciousness development through the psychological stages, and it's not linear. But it's definitely worthwhile to investigate. So there you have it. You have you might see a rise in pedophilia and incest as a result because of this new phase of consciousness that we're entering.
No, it's rising as a result due to a lot of particular problems with the current state of humanity. You know, it's not the first time civilization has delved into this problem a multitude of times. It's happened a lot, and it's usually got something to do with the generation being so utterly fucked up beyond belief that it indulges these things to a point that it tends to elicit an extreme reaction, i.e. a lot of the puritanic religious groups that comes in and starts exterminating the heathenistic filth, so to speak. It's almost like he doesn't seem to get that it's like these eras have happened before and they're not exactly smart. Not exactly good. Like, he's arguing that attraction... He thinks attraction to kids is evolution, apparently. He thinks humans are evolving because they have that kind of interest or something. That makes no sense. At least that's what he's trying to argue, and my brain hurts just thinking about it.
Well, I better take a look into this whole spiral dynamics thing.
Also, just a certain person. Small world after all. Look at that. Progressive change. Using for using hearts. Can't believe they're making a big deal. Cuties on Netflix. Jeez, I wonder why he likes cuties on Netflix so much. I wonder why. Lastly, will they understand doesn't mean you're a molester. You're still a piece of shit for defending pedophilia. It doesn't matter. You are a potential molester. Therefore, people will call you a child molester. But apparently, Jonathan Curtin, Mr. Meat Curtains, Mr. He likes to lick his little cousin's asshole, is defending this guy. I wonder why. It's a small world after all. It really is. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Hey, what's going on? This is...
Now, we're just going to delve into a little bit for this one. This is not going to be a long one we're going to stay on, because there's other videos I would like to discuss that are a lot worse than this before we kind of just cancel on this shit, because, you know, like, oh, this is cringe. Only so much cringe one man can handle. One fox can even handle.
Me again, Hilltop Knowledge.
Have you tried offing yourself in Minecraft yet? I heard it's actually rather therapeutic.
If anyone comments negative,
have you ever tried the medication of cyanide?
Blocked.
Have you tried a cyanide cocktail? I heard those are great. Makes you sleep for a very long time.
Just a reminder.
Yep.
I do not care about how many dislikes I get, because my opinion is my opinion.
I mean, that's kind of rich, because he's kind of bitched about how he knows that one of these days he's going to get people looking into him. He's going to get dislikes, so that's kind of a doubt. I'm gonna press X to doubt.
And that's just the way it is. If this channel does get shut down, it's a very sad thing, and there's not much I can do about that. I think the whole world's complaining right now about, you know, you're talking about huge channels, and then like a teeny channel with nothing gets shut down because people don't agree. I can't do anything about that.
Oh well.
Eventually someone's gonna riot, and there's gonna be problems for YouTube.
What is that supposed to mean? Okay. Is that like some kind of... Was that supposed to be subtly mentioning something? His videos is don't hate pedophiles, why society does this. Granted, this is a very long rant. I'm not going to get onto it, but too long. But yeah, it's pretty stupid.
But until then, you'll just have to put up with the system of reporting and giving in and so on, even though this is hurting a lot of people in all kinds of communities left and right. Now, the question in this video is, are pedophiles those who have disorders? Meaning, is their pedophilia a disorder? Now, to straight up answer this question is everything could be understood as a disorder. And
Of course. Sorry
Let me.
to
Okay.
Chink Uger in here,
Alright.
but yeah, I kind of expected that response rather quickly. There, go ahead. Yeah, he's got titles as pedophilic children. Jesus Christ. I mean, again, he's in this mode where he thinks he has to sort of change the definition of the word.
we're constantly labeling.
I feel like he's gonna be one of these people that sees pedophilia as a sexual orientation.
I wouldn't be surprised if he already does, and that's why he does these weird defenses.
in order to kind of demonize a mode of behavior or a way of thinking or a way of being or a way the mind works and the priorities that it automatically has for whatever reason,
Okay.
which carry things that we can't even understand, like back reasonings that are not so simple. But we just throw them under the bus and say it's their fault that they are the way they are.
Well, I mean, if you try anything to sort of abuse anything to try to sexualize a kid, yeah, it is your fault. Sorry, but actually, no, there's no need to be sorry. Fuck that shit. No, you have to understand that that's just how people are. Like, if you're a pedophile, get some fucking help. The first moment you advocate for it, it's your problem. It's not ours. It's not anyone else's for making fun of you. Or thinking, because you think this. No. Come on, fuck off.
And
Try me a goddamn number.
or if it's not their fault, it's as a result of a disorder. But they frame the whole situation in such a way that demonizes and doesn't give you room to see a bigger picture here.
There is no bigger picture to it. If you're a pedophile, you get sexual gratification by abusing kids. That's a fact. Shut the fuck up. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh god. Yeah, it's Atticus is saying he has to leave because it gets dumber by the millisecond. Sorry to say it, yeah, same. Like, okay. See, now he's trying to redefine what a word mental illness means or what a disorder means. Despite the fact that there's a reason why it's clearly labeled as a mental disorder. You already know this. Because it's not a healthy thing to have. It's actually something that can come to harm people. In this case, children. So of course it's a mental disorder.
To see their perspective, where they're coming from. Now,
What's that fucking... What the fuck was that? Oh. Yeah, last video was 2 weeks ago. Oh, was that just a weird, uncomfortable last pause?
let's get to the straight up answer. Is pedophilia a disorder?
Yeah. Mental illness.
You could say that. But you know what else you can say is a disorder? You can say living until you're in your house until 30 is a disorder.
Right. Why? Okay, why? Why? Again, he's trying to redefine the words.
You can say,
Definitions. Redefine.
desiring candy left and right to distract you from your negative thoughts is a disorder. Just candy, not food. Just candy, and you'll have a name for all these things. And now I'm not trying to give like a pussyfoot answer.
I mean, all you do is give a pussyfoot answer. Like, let's be honest, 'cause that's exactly what you do.
That's stupid. I'm trying to get you to think. Let's go to the next thing. You have people that, whether it's OCD or, you'll have a name for it, and then it's a disorder. All
Come on.
the different phobias, thousands of them, those could be considered disorders.
I think what he's trying to do here is he's trying to act like that anything could be labeled as a disorder, therefore he thinks his disorder is okay or not the problem here. You see this argument all the time with maps, is that they like to sit there. They really do. They really love to sit there and basically argue this weird fucking approach where they legitimately think that, oh, if I can label something this way, therefore I can diverge the meaning. It's what a lot of other people do to try to justify something that's wrong with them. In the sense, this guy is a pedo, so you already know what's wrong with him there. You already know where that's going to go. It's all just him trying to redefine the words and redefine definition.
Why do you have to label it? You know, it's
That answer is no, because he's got no social media, and I don't think anyone from like I don't think any one of people who I talk to has ever contacted him. Has contacted him. I don't think anyone has, because he doesn't have social media anymore. He had a few, and they all got nuked because he tried to argue pedophilia to a bunch of people.
meaning the moment you label something, then you kind of describe exactly what it is in a definitive manner. And I think that's a problem.
How is it a problem to describe something in an objective manner? It's objective. Like, label goes, don't drink bleach, you'll die. That's kind of objective, you know? It's not a subjective thing. You know? The nucleus is the powerhouse of the cell. Something. Like, should we not have facts now? Should we not have labels? To define what words are, what a gun is? Oh, it's a gun, it's a projectile weapon. Oh, no, guys. We can't use a gun to describe what a gun is. That's just closed-minded. You're a fucking bigot. We gotta call it shooty sticks instead.
Oh, man. This reeks of double speak.
It does.
Like one of the big issues is saying this is what a pedophile is, and this is not what a pedophile. I mean, it's also one of the biggest.
The definition of being a pedophile is pretty fucking clear. You are attracted sexually to children. It's choral religion. Is that a religion, by the way? I don't even know what the fuck he means by choral.
No, it's not even a religion.
What is it?
I really can't tell, but it's more like a theory.
So he's made theory called.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that. That theory sort of existed in the spiral dynamics theory, according to what I've read.
Oh, okay.
Still complicated, but
Yeah, it's probably not gonna waste your time dealing with that in this fucking stream.
We need to describe what is a pedophile. Is it a person who is okay with? Is it a person who's okay with a little girl who reminds them of an adult, or is it wrong because of a certain age? At what point is it evil, or good, or neutral? Like these.
Well, there's a reason why it's considered none of those things. It's just considered wrong. Because you can't just sit there and say it's okay, and not expect some kind of backlash for it. That's just how it is. I don't see why he has to pull this shit, but God, my brain hurts. Anyway, we are going to switch to the other videos. Like I said, he goes on and on and on and on in some of these videos, and I'm just not going to waste my time with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to check his free speech tube archive, and we're going to get to the nitty gritties of the worst video, far more so the worst videos than what he has. Let's just get those done, because that's also a giant shit show and a half, and I just want to get that done before we end tonight's stream. It's a very chill stream tonight. It's not gonna. Wasn't trying to be super serious on the details outside of what we already know. So yeah. Well, it's chill as one can be without losing their shit. Kind of. Anyway, let me go I'm gonna go look some stuff up. Go see.
Let's venture into the rabbit hole, guys.
Yep. Let me go look around real quick because I do know it's somewhere. Someone showed me the links to this dumb shit, so we're gonna find it. It'll take me a minute, so apologies. So yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, apparently on freespeech.org, someone's been archiving his videos. So I am able to show you. These are some of the videos archived. So he's got some very choice things. He goes, how to make child pornography ethically. Channel update. Instagram madness. Where to get child pornography. And owning child pornography. If you look at some of the thumbnails of his videos, they do not give him a good look. Oh, this is gonna get bad. I'm gonna hate myself when I wake up in the morning. Jesus. Oh, that's about time. Let's go look at Instagram madness real quick. That sounds like something that's been like.
Everyone, this is a channel update. There was a lot of drama about an account that was made for me, having to do with being prideful about pedophilia, so I had to remove it. The arguments that came up are worth shooting videos about. I got a lot of people with kids concerned that their kids are in danger because I posted pedophilia pride, and this goes into.
Are you sure you did more? I have a feeling you probably did a lot more than this.
Old can of worms of stuff we discuss, so separate videos when there's less drama. Yeah, when things are not so stirred, it's pretty sad.
Okay, well, apparently he got an Instagram account and it's gone. So take that for what you will. We probably would have contacted him if that was possible, but no, he probably just went and destroyed his own. Yeah. Let's go ahead and. Wow, this gets worse and worse and worse. Let's just go through this shit.
Hey everyone, this is Rafal Hoffman again. In this video, we're gonna get into.
He says his own name in this too. So he fucking doxes himself like a retard. Okay.
How to make child pornography ethically.
Oh no.
So the issue.
Oh no. Oh no.
So the issue with a lot of these people in undergrounds doing crazy things with children is that there's like little regard for the child and all that.
Oh no.
So the way you can kind of counteract the issues that make you condescend or hate upon the notion of child pornography is you realize that there could be a system, a moral system, ethical, and a proper one.
Drift, are you hearing what I in the stream? What I'm hearing? I'm sorry, I can't do my circle on this because I don't think Free Speech 2 works with it.
Ah, okay.
So you have to watch on stream, but he's trying to act like that you can somehow create this shit morally and ethically. I don't get it.
Ethical CP, huh?
Jesus Christ. Oh, this is so bad.
One that works and makes sense. So one of the ways you can do this is, first, you have to understand there's going to be a select few kids who meet the criteria.
How about no? So, hello there, bearded bastard. How about no? How about no kids meet any criteria? How about no?
It's not going to be, oh, let's just pluck any kid off the street. There has to be testing and...
Yeah, I kind of accept that at this point, that if I talk about anything like this topic, for example, like YouTube will like terminate my ass. They've been flagging my shit down for God knows how long at this point.
Mature evaluations, like are they mature enough to understand what this is? Also, there has to be oversight. There has to be people involved who are upstanding.
What are you talking about? How do you oversight this type? That doesn't make any sense. How about no?
Ending that can keep oversight to make sure that there's morale involved in the procedure.
How is there any morality attached to this? That makes no sense.
Especially because of the sensitive nature of this. And also the sensitive
Of course it's sensitive. Why wouldn't it be? You're talking about exploitation of children. You stupid fucking faggot.
nature of children in general. And so if you had some kind of thing like that, then it could be done.
Another thing I need to ask this question to Hilltop here. Where can he get the children if he wants to make it ethically?
That does, yeah, I don't get that. What is he even referring to here? It doesn't say anything.
Oh, another thing to keep in mind is that
Where can he
pedophiles
get
view
the
child
children
pornography as pretty
to
much
do it
someone that
ethically and morally?
You know, we don't realize this. We just think, oh, it's a nice, cute little baby
What
walking.
the fuck?
For a pedophile, that's a big turn on.
Sorry, I have to.
We don't realize this. We just think, oh, it's a nice, cute little baby walking. For a pedophile, that's a big turn on.
Why? Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Oh, no. This guy. Jesus Christ.
At least most real pedophiles will see that as a huge turn on, but we're just overlooking it because we don't think in that way, like, oh, nice, that's porn. Because we see big, like regular people normally are big or medium or smallish boobs, but pedophiles sees
I don't know, man. Every second he talks, this just gets more insane. What the fuck?
flat as like, oh, nice. Just keep that in mind, because the reason why I mention this is because it takes a lot less to turn them on. So in general, if you had hardcore, some kind of hardcore child pornography, it's likely to satisfy non-pedophiles who have a not necessarily pedophile nature, and so that's.
I'm sorry. What? It makes no sense.
Another thing to consider when making pornography, meaning the child pornography doesn't even have to be so strong. It could just be like a few pictures of like her naked and going like this. It doesn't have to be penetration and all that. So I think that you could manage that in time. I just don't think right now it would be most ideal, because if someone came across that,
Oh, no.
it'll be very difficult to process.
Because none of that makes sense. Nothing about this could ever be created in a moral fucking system. You fucking spaz.
Without going ballistic. So what I think we could do, at bare minimum, is to have sexy and nude.
Oh god. Oh god. None of this is helping your case. At all.
Right? Because nudity is already pornography for the pedophile. So we want to get.
Yeah, that probably should be a problem. Maybe that should tell you why it's wrong. It's still sexual exploitation.
Give them something that they don't see, because that's like the next
Yeah,
level.
exactly. I mean, I don't care what sort of weasel words you're gonna put it. It's still sexual exploitation of children.
At the end of the day, it's still sexual exploitation. There's no way around that shit. That's what it is. There's no ethics or morality about it. Holy shit.
What that would be is sexy. What do you consider a sexy pose? And so take the sexy pose and put it with a girl. Right now, I don't think
Oh god.
we are on the level to accept a girl on girl
I'm sorry, what?
on girl child pornography.
I don't think anyone's going to accept any form of child pornography. I don't see why would they? That makes no sense. There's no logic to this. There's no logic to this. People in general are not going to accept child pornography in all of its forms. Holy fuck. Hey, Kaz Warfox, do you think he searches YouTube for kids in a tub?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Or penetration or something like that. Because like what I said, the paradigm is just not ready for it. We can't.
Look, what's with these people like power dynamic? Oh my god. Okay, look, no. Here's the thing. Any relationship between, especially sexual or romantic or both, between a child and adult, is a ridiculous power dynamic. The adult has more power than the kid. That is just how it is, and it's disgusting, and that's why this shit will never be accepted into society. And you're not going to address that because by its very nature, that's what pedophilia is. It's exploitative. That's why it's a problem. What does a 12-year-old or 11-year-old, how do they factor into this? You honestly, as I've said, you honestly think that the little actresses for Cuties were aware of what they were doing? No, they weren't. And they're not going to until they grow up more, and they get made fun of for being a bunch of kids who were actresses in a movie that was pedo bait. Oh god, this is so fucking dumb.
Can't accept that children are not different than adults. You know, we're very stunted in our growth.
Yeah, of course you are. That's why you advocate for this kind of shit, you fucking spaz. You're all a bunch of fucking... This is like... Okay. This is why pedophiles can't be accepted. You all act like you're autistic children. Who have to rebel against the most basic forms of reality just to try to justify something you can't.
As a society. And so...
Yes, how about we treat him and his mental wounds by throwing him into a wood chipper? I agree.
You know, it'll take time to get there. And they'll call us retarded for thinking that making such an equality should be the ideal.
Well, the thing is, the wood chipper would be the least of his worries.
Yeah, no shit. Bruh.
Fuck you, motherfucker. I'm not going into that wood chipper. Okay, which one you prefer then?
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that Spurlet in the near future.
Making such an equality should be the ideal. But that's the thing, we live in...
There's not going to be any equality in this conversation because the inherent relationship between a child and adult are not fucking equal. They are not. Stop. Shut the fuck up.
In two different paradigms, two different worlds, and that's why the non-pedophiles, the vast majority of them, have to really be hidden off from this world of child pornography.
I'm sorry, what? Are you saying that because you know inherently that people would try to take you down the first moment you have some illegal, like, pedophile operation? That might be the problem. Maybe... I don't know. This seems rather sus to me.
And the system. But it should be in an ethical manner, meaning people who are upstanding and knowledgeable and in ethics and morals and law and spirituality and religion should be involved in this to have oversight.
I'm sorry, what? Is he advocating for like the pastors that touch the pastors that touch the kids to get involved? And like how exactly makes someone ready to do those things to Jesus Christ? Oh, oh God. Oh no.
And that would be very beneficial. This is a very serious thing. This should be a very serious thing. To have it and to have it ethically.
Oh God. There's no having it ethically, you fucking retard.
Now, if you rush the process, and say all types of pornography should be accepted, I don't think that'll be good.
Wait, you mean all porn? Wait, what? If you rush it. So you're saying that you actually have no problem with anything else? So, okay, now that's the real question. Are you okay with snuff films? Are you okay with like bestiality shit and stuff like that too? Like, is that what you're also okay with? I'm getting this impression that you probably have a lot more than just this that you're advocating for, and you probably don't want to talk about that. That seems very, very telling, a very interesting Freudian slip. So essentially, he wants the Catholic Church to start producing CP. That's what it sounds like to me, yeah?
Because everything has to be a slow transition. That's just how the ego is.
Slow transition. Oh god. Oh god. Jesus.
That's how the ego is. That's how people's minds work. That's how paradigms adjust. If you do something too different, then you notice it, you know?
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to understand that pedophilia and things like zoophilia and these things are pretty extreme cases of things of, like, weird, strange, disgusting things. Society in general isn't going to accept that. It's never going to happen. It's just not. It's those things you just can't get people to randomly agree on. They can't just go, oh, you make a fair point. Go touch my child. No, that's not how it works. Fucking retard. You're not going to make a point like this and have a parent go, oh, well, I never thought that way. I'll go lock little Billy in the room with you. So stupid. What a dumb faggot, I swear to God.
It's like one smudge on your wall is not gonna be noticeable. If you have 25, then it kind of gets noticeable. And you have to start rubbing them all out.
Why does his mom and dad hug him so too much? Daddy, no.
Because you don't want it to be noticeable. Same idea here. You don't want the difference in paradigm to be too quick and too noticeable.
Yeah, it's still not going to happen because by the very nature of things like pedophilia and zoophilia, as I just mentioned, is those are very big extremes that people won't accept on. I'm sorry, it's logic. It's a logical proceeding of things. But if you really believe in that shit, you got to be willing to understand that that's just not something people are willing to accept. I just don't get this.
Come on. We have standards, man. Jesus. Gotta draw a line here.
You gotta draw a line somewhere.
But also keep in mind that the same way we're attracted to sex, non-pedophiles are attracted to sex. We're attracted to the idea of sex, wanting to want sex is the core.
Well, the main difference of the problem is that you're a pedophile. You want to have sex with kids. Team Asteroid 2020.
Of our being, right? It's what makes us. It's what keeps us going.
Oh God.
That's how the sexual desire works. So too, they want sex with little girls. And
no, if they're a normal person who isn't a pedophile, they wouldn't want to have sex with little girls. They wouldn't be on the table, as you said. That wouldn't be on the table, no.
So sexuality, sex is going to be desired. So I don't think, long term, I don't think it's a problem to have pornography like that. But short term, I think it should be a gradual process. Once enough young girls.
Did he just almost say the word pedos? Not girls? Or that Freudian slip. I wonder what that was going to go down to.
Enough children, enough people get used to the concept, then you can gradually add in more explicit genres.
Oh God. So not only is he advocating for pedophilia, he's advocating for all this other shit. Something tells me this guy is even worse than I thought. Yeah, he does this logic a lot, bearded bastard. He likes to try to say these things. He's got a very weird doublespeak problem.
That what you might see in a regular pornographic, non-pedophile audience.
What does it what?
But the essential component is think in terms of ethics. Don't think in terms of these girls don't have rights.
How the fuck does this have anything to do with ethics?
In fact, there should be a testing procedure to make sure that their own maturity to handle the concepts, and also to make sure that...
Then who the fuck's gonna quantify that? You honestly, are you gonna trust some random fucking pedo sped to give you a fucking test diagram as to who is able to consent to what? In that case, that makes no fucking sense. What's gonna stop those people from just basically suggest, no, they're ready to go. Do what you want. No. Fuck that.
The parents...
That's disgusting. I don't understand why you think that's how it works.
Parents are well in the head. You want to make sure that the parents who are overseeing the girls, because I still believe in that, they should be well in the head. Meaning if they're out for the money, and they're...
Pedo gay ethics. See featured awesome.
and they don't care about the child's upbringing and the risk that they're taking in society, then that's not a good parent. So you also have to factor in. So that's why I said the percentage of girls filling this criteria is very small. But once, as time goes by, the percentage will increase, and them being noticed when this is come across, it won't shock people, because they'll.
It will probably still shock people nonetheless, because you're still adding kids to this, you stupid fucking retard. Anyway, we're probably just going to, like, you know, not go into this anymore. Let's just go to the other 3 videos. Again, he rambles, so it's not wise to go through the entire videos, because there's no point. He repeats himself constantly, but this is where it gets more interesting.
Hey, what's going on? This is Rafael Hoffman. In this video, we're going to be talking about where to get child pornography.
Where to find child pornography.
Yep, it gets worse.
So to be straight up, I actually don't know.
He doesn't know. I press X to doubt on that one.
So I've been talking about pedophilia for a while, and I actually don't look up child pornography because it's not really my forte.
Really now? Again, just take that mental notice. He doesn't look up child pornography. Not his forte. Yeah. Well,
He got standards.
no, just give it a moment. Just give it a moment. Just keep watching. Although that's bullshit. I also love how I constantly stop and make him look stupid.
But at the same time, I understand that a pedophile, the same way we're horny, addicted to porn, we get horny, we're gonna look up pornography.
Oh,
where does a pedophile go to get his thrill?
Oh.
The answer is he can't. I'll tell you why. I actually just
This is bad.
let me just close the door.
He starts to close the door. What? Why? Okay. Does he live with somebody? Or is this like a weird anxiety trip he goes through when he realizes he's about to expose himself? Very weird.
I actually just
What if he decided to justify him watching CP by saying, "No, I don't look up CP. I research them."
Well, yeah. Hold on. That exact thing does happen.
looking up child pornography,
Just
looking
did.
up child pornography, looked up. I'm looking up child pornography.
So he just admits he's been looking up child pornography. He actively looks this shit up. Oh, he contradicted himself in like 10 seconds, I think.
Child pornography, on Google.
He looks up child pornography on Google.
On Google.
Google.
That's odd.
Jesus Christ.
And the first thing that comes up is, what did it say? It said child pornography is illegal.
I mean, because it is.
And it's as if, Google is taking
It is
extra
illegal.
precaution to make sure that no one is looking at child pornography.
Well, it's more like if you did actively look up child pornography, your fucking index in terms of your search results are going to be submitted to the police. So, yeah. Slashing Hades goes, this guy's like, he doesn't look up CP. CP finds him.
No one is involved in making any sort of sexualized imagery of children. And what's so perplexing is that Google is basically campaigning, in a sense, to not protect is the wrong word, to prevent any form of child pornography to come into play. And you know why Google?
I mean, because it's illegal content, and it's something you can go to jail for if you look it up enough on these same searches. That's why they give you these warnings to help educate you on the fact that yes, indeed, looking this up is illegal content. That's them putting a disclaimer so that people who are actively looking this stuff up and may not even understand this logic would be like, okay, so this is illegal. The chances are, if you're already looking up this dumb shit yourself, you're probably aware it is illegal for the most part, and you're just basically mad that Google is basically hit their blue balling you. You're trying. I bet you're trying to jerk off to some fucking porn shit, and then you looked it up on Google, and Google just popped up that digital hand and slapped your dick so goddamn hard and said, "No, we don't service that, my sir. Keep your degenerate shit off of our platform." We are a fine gentleman establishment. Take your heathenistic ass elsewhere.
Google will be so successful at this is because they have algorithms and systems and photo recognition that will immediately, with the most advanced technology in the world, immediately figure out what is considered a child and thereby make sure it's not on the web.
It's to help ensure that people aren't looking up illegal content. Yes, that's what an algorithm does. Granted, it's not a very good algorithm. There's a lot of arguments about extremely lazy programming or a lack of proper thought into technology with this kind of stuff with such an AI. But you also have to understand that this is illegal content. So no shit Google's going to try to make sure every possibility you can't just look this shit up through their fucking service. Sorry, that's just how a company works.
So it's like they can easily track this stuff down, and it's like scary.
Yes, they also seem to have a massive tracking down anyone with any offensive humor, but I guess that takes less precedent than what you're looking into. Yeah, child safety laws. That's exactly part of the reason why they have to make algorithms the way they do.
I looked up, so I couldn't find child pornography on Google.
No shit, Sherlock.
So I looked up nude kids or nude children.
Oh, he fucking names what he's typing in. Oh.
And once again, I don't have an attraction to kids, so parents or people who see that all of a sudden will be like, okay, fine, okay, he's not a pedophile. I don't need to worry. For some reason, that's the schism. If you don't have an attraction towards children, and you just see it like skin or another like something that's not your priority, then people are not afraid of you. It's as if the conflation of pedophilia and predatory actions are connected.
They are connected. What? Oh god, okay. What, Oh god.
Eternally, it's like
I'm sorry, I know my responses are getting lesser and lesser into proper reaction. My brain is, I feel like my brain's going to mush. Holy fuck.
Eternal bond. That needs to...
I know it's kind of a joke, but it's really true. It's, my brain feels like it's going to mush, just listening to this guy.
It's insanity.
It is. So he admitted to looking at CP, yes. He admitted to looking it up on Google.
Stop. But anyways, I looked up nude kids.
He's telling you exactly what he's searching.
And what I found was one child without a shirt on.
Oh no.
But it looked like a guy. No, it looked like a girl. But it could easily get considered a guy because it was like a tidy. It was like tight underwear. It could be.
If he was smart, he'll find a way on the deep web. Jesus Christ, I'm hoping he isn't going to do that. I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised that someone like him hasn't really mentioned Tor yet, and I think that's kind of a good thing. You don't want to enable people to know that shit. At least not people like him, exactly.
It is unisex. So one photo passed the algorithm for nude kids because the algorithm can't figure it out. Is it a guy?
Yeah, maybe someone exploited a loophole. That's probably again an issue with AI and algorithms in general. They can be tricked. Not a good thing.
Guy, is it a girl? And that's pretty sad. You know, like, I mean, good for homosexual pedophiles.
Christ. Guys, it was a typo. He meant to type new kids.
So really, there is no real way to find child pornography on the web. I mean, I'm sure people have all these tricks, like pedophiles probably learn all the tricks in the book. They probably know that if you go to the 10th one and you bypass Google search, or maybe you go to different search engines that have, you know, you'll find something.
So now he's mentioned, he kind of just mentioned other search engines.
So I've never come across child pornography on the web because it's so like, I've came across girls that look very young, and
that does not sound like a good thing.
But it was most likely that they're 18. And one time, you know, years back, you know, as a little kid, yeah, you know, yes, I confessed, I looked up pornographic websites where you do shoot me.
I mean, it depends on what kind of websites you're on. I highly doubt I highly doubt you were actively searching for just regular porn sites like Pornhub or something. I highly doubt that.
I kept clicking on the next thing, you know, and I didn't know about viruses, and I may have even had
of course, no wonder you don't know this shit then. That's probably why you're retarded.
a Mac at the time, I can't remember.
You had a Mac.
And all of a sudden, an FBI pop-up came up. It's like, you have been detected for looking at child pornography, and I couldn't escape the page. So,
The guy got hit by ransomware? Where?
that was legitimate, and I got very.
If the FBI wanted to take you down, they wouldn't warn you about that type of shit. They would have just taken you down. They would have already had a warrant and would have bashed in your door. You're fucking retarded. You thought it was legitimate.
Scared.
Wait a minute.
Oh my gosh.
The real question is, how come he wasn't get caught by the FBI?
Don't know. I mean, who would say that he probably isn't currently still being looked at a little bit by the FBI?
Being arrested for looking.
We don't know for sure. But if there's one thing I'll know for sure, like, that was probably some form of ransomware he got fucked with, and all of a sudden he screamed like a bitch because, oh, that means he fell for it.
Child porn. I didn't mean to. I just went in, and I didn't realize such a big deal. Like they're cracking down. So this.
Yeah, that is a problem, though. I do know that as much as Pornhub has an algorithm of their own, it's very shit, and there's been horrible stories coming out about people making accusations towards Pornhub for, like, posting that illegal shit too. Again, I don't know. I don't know for sure if that's true or not, but if it is, it kind of just speaks to you about how even these big companies are kind of their own liability when it comes to this type of stuff. They would rather censor mean words on the internet versus actually do something about the pedos. Let's look at Twitter, for example. The fact that any freak can look up this content and instantly find it so readily available is disgusting. If you say a mean word, there you go. Or you make fun of a pedo, boom, there goes your shit.
This must have been 2013 because people had the same issue. People, like, there's one pedophile or one person, I don't know if it's a pedophile, but turns himself in. A guy named Jay turns himself in. He says, "Okay, I'm sorry, I've child porn on here." Okay,
I'm
and
sorry,
then he finds
what?
out that it's fake. So.
Oh, someone ratted themselves out because they believed in ransomware. Okay, that is funny, but it still doesn't answer the question. Why are you looking up like pictures of like little boys and girls exactly? Just tell me. Just tell us all. I mean, you're telling the class. You might as well just finish the story. Why are you so interested in looking up little kids?
You see here that scammers are funding these professional systems so that you don't look at child porn. So clearly, this goes up to a very high point. of computer skills where you're creating such pop-ups that are so convincing, you know.
Well, I mean, creating such pop-ups like that it's very typical. It's not that hard to make, actually, at all. Then again, this he doesn't seem to know anything about internet shit, so I probably shouldn't be surprised he's thoroughly unaware of that.
And it's quite sad because people in the FBI are not going to be so enthusiastic about claiming that someone looking at child porn just, you know, or someone looking at someone that looked too young. They're not going to admit that that's a bad thing because they want to, because the agenda's not supporting pedophilia. So what they do.
I mean, it's pretty wrong. He thinks he's smart as well as connected as Clinton is. That's opposite. I don't know. This is like the most pseudo-intellectual shit I've seen in a while. That's why I thought talking about this guy would be funny.
What you do find is that the FBI will admit that be careful about IRS phone callers, but they're not going to give a warning that this is a fake scam and someone.
Why would they? If you're going to be on the internet, it's kind of up to you to sort of know these things. You're telling me that you should be an ignorant little faggot and use the internet without understanding what this basic shit is? I mean, I guess actually no. No, you totally should, because it makes it so much easier for the cops to do something about you. Yeah, go ahead. Just see what happens.
Someone's trying to scam you out of arresting yourselves because they view it as illegal. So
it is illegal. That's why you get these weird threats from, like, a fake source. Because if they're not... Well, the fact that someone fell for it, it's probably not him. Idiot. Can this idiot be on point? Yeah, I know. I don't... There's never a point he's on. That's the weird thing. He's so... Just... Like, a lack of control. And that's probably what's wrong with him. He's so insane, he has, like, no real concept of reality. He's just spinning his wheels.
So that covers, like, a very important topic. I want to talk about this more. So how to obtain child pornography? You.
Oh no! Don't tell me he's actually going to try to give out advice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, about your brother. That is true, bearded bastard. The cops don't like. The FBI is not going to tell you that they're going to come after you. I'm sorry, that's not how it works. If they want to come after you, they would have already broke down your doors by the time you figured it out. That's how the FBI works.
FBI, open up.
Yeah, exactly. They're not going to give you a heads-up warning. That's fucking stupid.
Your only option is the dark web.
Oh, now he talks about the dark web. Oh boy. We're gonna hear about this fucking retard having an opinion on the dark web. Let's go ahead.
Because there isn't, like... The most a pedophile could really do is pretend that he has a kid, or he's buying swimsuits for his child or something.
What the fuck? What does that have to do with the dark web?
And just spend extra time looking at swimsuits for young girls. That's the only thing that's not.
Oh no!
Hey, kids want swimsuits. Equality. You know. We're not gonna pretend that kids can't look cute in their swimsuits, and so that's not being shut down. You can look up swimsuits. So there you go. Pedophiles have an easy access to softcore porn, but it's not even softcore because they're not posing in a sexy manner. So where can you get poses in a sexy manner? You can get them. You can get them on Instagram. So
that's pretty interesting that he says that, given that he's kind of admitted that he lost his account on Instagram. So would that mean that he might be using Instagram to search up, like, softcore child porn?
Oh shit, it could be that.
Yeah. I've heard stories about how Instagram's pretty horrible about these underage model shit going on for some years now, so that probably explains why he's referring to Instagram here.
The person should not be shutting down Instagram child models for this, because equality, you're literally hurting children and their careers. They're gonna be adults.
No fucking shit. That's the reason why this whole, like, your advocacy for pedophilia is not gonna work, you dumb fucking faggot.
Soon. Before you know it, they're gonna be teens, late teens, and then early adults, and that's when they're starting their career very young. So you're actually removing an opportunity by shutting down their accounts. So I don't think this doesn't happen. This is not an issue, thank God, on Instagram. So you can kind of get
That's not something you should be saying thank God to, but I'm not surprised you would say that.
sexy photos.
I would always recommend people to call the FBI on him, like any circumstances. Stuff's already been reported, I think, but you obviously just pile in your reports as well. Do your part. The better, the quicker you can get this guy into a fucking slammer.
Or sexier, because if it's too sexy, someone reports it and they say, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing?" And they don't want to admit that they find a kid attractive, a young.
What the fuck are you talking about? Are you trying to play some weird, like, projectionist argument on somebody? Like, oh, they're projecting because they're reporting. No, because they realize it might be blatant child porn, so they're reporting it so that it gets kicked off a platform that legally should not possess that. Sites like Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, they're not supposed to legally have this content on their platform, period. That's the reason why people report this shit. It's not legal for people to be posting that at all.
Youngster attractive, age between 8 and 13, so they'll kind of beat around the bush and just try to antagonize the owners of the account or something. And like, I've seen this happen time and time again. I don't know who's doing this on a spiritual phenomenon. I don't know which soul is in charge. I don't know which ego. Clearly there is a collective ego against it, so it's probably
No shit.
many egos. But
anyway, I think we're probably just gonna stop here because I think it just drones on. Like I said, this guy drones on all the time. He never stops. So we're just gonna go through one final video, I think, and we're gonna call it a night. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just muscle through this last one.
hey, what is going on here? This is Rafal Hoffman. In this video, we're going to be talking about owning pornography.
Owning child pornography.
Yep, and he moves on to actively talk about what it's like to own it, I guess.
Or child pornography. So, I don't have any child pornography. But let's say someone did in their computers. Is that illegal? Is that wrong?
If someone has CP in their computers, yes, that's possession of child pornography. It is wrong.
So first, let's get into what child pornography is.
Oh, great, he's gonna redefine the word again.
I know people that see everyone as children. So if they look at like a 25-year-old, that is, and she's in a hot swimsuit or even naked,
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
that is child pornography. If she's flat enough, it becomes even more convincing that it is child pornography. But you know what? It's not illegal. Why not? Because she's over 18. But the more you age, the more everyone looks like they're children.
I'm sorry, what? How can you age with everyone else in the world around you and think that to like even adults that you think they're children? What the fuck? What is that supposed to mean? What?
So in a sense, to someone out there, we're owning child pornography. So really, child pornography is gameplay. Child pornography.
I'm sorry, Chad, did you just fucking hear that?
Age, the more everyone looks like they're children. So in a sense, to someone out there, we're owning child pornography. So really, child pornography is gameplay.
He thinks child pornography is gameplay. No, this particular video I haven't covered yet. I think he's just droning on the same argument. It just gets worse though.
Child pornography really has to do
You get a
with,
full body experience,
it's
guys.
not just appearances, but age itself. So if you have someone who looks much older, it's not considered, like Danielle Cohen on YouTube, it's not considered child pornography if you get a nude of her, or it is, but people don't think about it. Or you have someone who's much older and she actually looks like, for some reason, like she's 10 to 18 looks.
Oh no. You feel attacked by him calling flat girl CP. Jesus Christ. I feel like it's just funny. It's just the most autistic thing I've heard for him to refer to child pornography as gameplay. He's a melatonin CP.
Let me guess. Does it have? Let me guess. Does it have QTE? Hilltop.
I'm just saying, people, like, do what you can to pile on your reports with the police, or just, at the very least, cyber tips about this. Cause holy shit.
Yeah, just report this to the relevant authorities. Okay, this shit is.
Yeah.
I can't believe he compared CP to a gameplay. What's Nick? Does he think that? Does he think that fucking a children is similar to a QTE sequence?
Oh god.
What the fuck?
Christ. He thinks pressing square equals victimizing child.
And to 12, it won't be considered child pornography. So that's very interesting that all this is in your heads. And
all of this is in your heads. I don't think you understand what that fuck's supposed to mean. What the fuck is in your head?
Oh, we're in the mass delusion. He's a good boy, Cass. He's a really good boy.
God, I love this Dunning-Kruger effect. Guys, you're all the delusional guys, not me. I'm the smart one. I'm the chosen one. Holy shit.
so, you know, like these age laws, I think the goal is to prevent abuse.
I just hope he's not going to use the word the opposite of delusional. Fuck.
And so that's really what you should be focusing on. What is it to lessen abuse? Is being so crazy about there not being child pornography going to help with lessening abuse? That's what you should be thinking about.
Oh god.
Yeah. So making child pornography outlawed is probably a good call if the age is with the age range like.
Wait, I'm sorry. Now you're okay with the idea of like child pornography being illegal as it is currently? Is he what? Now he's okay with it? No, he says he has an issue with it. Now he's okay with it. Fuck.
Which one is it, Hilltop?
Yeah, which one is it?
I'll tell you why. Because kids are not really, they can't really think for themselves. But once again,
yeah, it's kind of the problem with kids. Have you ever been a teenager? Have you ever, been an adult who has to deal with the fact that there's like dumb kids in the classroom, or ever had to raise a niece because his or her family won't raise them themselves? You would know that kids are stupid. It's just a fact. that kids are kids. They don't understand what they're doing yet. They never will. Well, I mean, never will is a disingenuous argument. When they grow up, yes, they do. They grow physically and mentally to understand more about reality and possess a greater sense of awareness. Which is why touching those kids' doo-doo is disgusting. And you know that. Also, I always love how I'm stopping and always making the dumbest face possible.
like the adult is demanding them pose in this way and do that way, then it could be problematic. But if there is some kind of like consent, like signing format, then it could be fine. If the issue is danger and not the appearance of a child, which the appearance is relative of what looks like a child, then all you got to do is have consent formats and certificates or legalize, procedures. Like I see Russian young models all the time on Instagram. What are they? Anywhere between 8 and 12.
Oh, so you just admit you actually do look up this shit on Instagram. See? You just admitted to it. He just admitted to it.
And if they're past 9, they're usually okay with looking a bit sexy.
No. They should. I mean, I guess that's the case for you because you're a fucking freak.
Or posy, like that type of thing.
Jesus.
But if they're not 9, then they just look nice. It's not a
Oh god damn it! This is disgusting.
general rule. but they're not trying to look as sexy. But there are 9-year-olds who do. It's just not as common. So, but because you have all these models that are trying to look good, and they're done with professionals, I say that it should be the standard that the professionals should sign legal documents that it should be okay to.
God, he's really trying hard about this like idea of like the government or a corporation or somebody has to put up a contract to say it's okay. I don't think he understands that's just not how it works. No one's gonna fucking try to push that idea to really work like that. It's just not quantifiable or awful.
Anyway. To do even more. What's the reason? Oh, first of all, is it considered exploitation of the child? No.
Any form of child pornography is child exploitation. Anyway, I think I'm gonna stop here, honestly.
Yeah, before we slowly lose our minds.
I feel like we've gotten to such a point with this is that like it's just constantly going through the same thing. It's very weird. He seems like he's just fundamentally incapable of just having a conversation with any new points. It's the same shit every single time. Like every single time. The same point, same everything, same amount of screaming, yada yada yada. It's pointless. Anyway, I know this is a bit of a messy stream, but I figured that I would take the opportunity to give Mr. Hilltop a look-see and see how insane he is, because when I was told about him, he was definitely considered to be severely insane, and I totally understand why people who brought this to me think that way, because this guy is insane. And I figured, why not have a watch with you guys about how insane this is? And I hope you guys enjoy this content. Be sure to, the typical like, subscribe, share out this stuff if you can. If you are willing to. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Also expect more content soon.
Yeah.
You can also be sure to help also report this to the authorities as well. See you later, guys.
And